So on the sheet, that, or the course book that I gave you, all sixth graders have to take the 4 core classes listed on page 1. Language arts, which is like your English or your reading, right? Your spelling. Math 6. Science, which they cover rocks, planets, not plants, planets, the solar system, and then world geography. Okay, world geography. When you get to 7th grade, you take ancient world history, and then 8th grade, you take U.S. history. Okay, those are the 4 core classes that all 6th graders have to take. Now, what is your specialty, sir? What special do you have today? Steve. Somebody else, what's your special? Gym. Somebody else have a different special? Music. All right? In the middle school, we don't call them specials. We call them exploratories. So when you exploratories, that means you explore different things. The difference between your specials and our exploratories is that you go to that exploratory every day for 10 weeks. Every day. So if you have gym for 10 weeks every day. 1 hour a day. And then in 10 weeks, you get a new exploratory class. And then you might go to art. All right? Or you might go to band. Okay? I know you guys have learned about or talked about the band and the choir. I know you have Mrs. Perriman. She's probably talked to you about choir. Okay? But that's the big difference between middle school and elementary school in regards to exploratories or specials. You have that class every day for 10 weeks. All right? So on page 2 of your booklet, it says, page 2. You may choose to be enrolled in band or choir, or may choose to have all the non-music related exploratories. So, next year, you have basically 2 choices, actually 3 choices. Do I want to be in band? Yes or no? Do I want to be in choir? Yes or no? Or do I not want to be in those, so then I'm choosing to be in the other exploratory classes? So it comes down to, do I want to be in band or choir? So listed on page 2 are all the exploratory classes that everyone, no matter if I'm band, choir, or not in the music program, will take. That's phys ed or gym, Spanish, art, and design and build, kind of like your STEAM program. All 6th graders next year will have those 4 classes, no matter what. Page 3 are the classes that the kids who are not in band will get. So if you choose not to be in band or choir, you will get computer fundamentals, Michigan history, personal wellness, and success 101. So if I'm a band kid, do I get Michigan history? No. If I'm a choir kid, do I get Michigan history? No. The only kids that get Michigan history are the kids who are not in band or choir. So tonight, when you go home, we're going to send back to your teachers and Mr. Belair something to send home to your parents. It's going to be on Schoology or email. Email. It'll be an email that will be sent to your parents saying you have to pick for your kids what they want to be in. Question 1, do I want to be in band? Yes or no? If you say yes, then you get band plus page 2. If you say no, then I'll ask you question number 2. Do I want to be in choir? Yes or no? If you choose yes, you get choir plus page 2. If you choose no for both of those questions, then you get page 3 plus page 2. Does that make sense? Okay, so can I be in band and choir both? No. You can't choose both. Okay? My suggestion would be to sign up for band for 6th grade. And then as a 7th grader, you can join choir. Okay, because it would be harder to join band as a 7th grader because you missed a whole year of instruction. You'd have to do private lessons over the summer of 6th grade to join band as a 7th grader. So the easiest route for kids who want to do both is to wait on choir to 7th grade, join band as a 6th grader, take the 4 required classes plus band. And then as a 7th grader, join both. Okay? I'm not going to go through and read all this for you. You guys can do that on your own. But it comes down to those 2 basic questions you're going to have to answer. Band or choir? Band or choir? Again, how you answer will determine what you get. For sure, everyone gets phys ed. Everyone for sure gets Spanish. Everyone gets art. And everyone gets design and build. Questions about that? Okay. Let's talk about 6th grade. Big difference in 6th grade. You guys all go together, probably to Steve, right? Okay? You guys all go together to PE. You guys all go together to music. In middle school, we don't do that. Okay? Everyone has a schedule. And in your schedule, you may have a different class than the person sitting next to you. First hour might be band for somebody. And the person next to you might be in science class first hour. Okay? And the person across from you might be in art. And we don't walk down there like little Mr. Bolero used to say, little ducklings walking down to class. Because our teacher leads us down there. That doesn't happen there in the middle school. You're on your own. Again, the biggest difference is you have a different schedule. Everyone has a schedule. Okay? And on your schedule, it'll tell you where to go first hour. Okay? Where you go first hour. The bell rings. Our day starts at 8:35. Kids come in the building approximately 8:28. They have 7 minutes to get to their class, put their things away, and get to first hour. 8:35 rings, that's first hour. Again, everyone has different schedules. There probably are 10 different classes available to 6th graders in first hour. The bell rings at 9:31. First hour is now over. You walk on your own. You have 4 minutes to get to your next class. 4 minutes to get to your next class. There's a bell that rings at like a warning bell that says you have a minute to get there. A minute to get there. Class starts at 9:35. If you're not there on time, you're tardy. Too many tardies get you time after school. It's called detention time. So second hour goes from 9:35 until about 10:31. Again, it's different. You might have a different class than the person next to you. You had Spanish first hour, now you got math. And your friend there now has gym. Okay? So, who decides when you guys get those classes, when you get them? Ms. Kubiak?
No, Miss.
Me? Not necessarily. I use the computer. I let the computer do that. The computer generates it. I tell the computer, I need these classes first hour. So the computer picks when you have that. Okay? So I don't want people saying, well, I want to be in first hour with so-and-so because my friend's in there. Not happening. All right? Not happening. Okay? Now, if you have band, and you both are in band together, you both are playing brass or percussion instruments, you will have band together. Because there's only 1 hour of band. Okay? And there's a second hour of woodwinds. But other than that, the computer picks when you have those classes. Okay? You have 6 hours a day that you have classes. 4 of them are the 4 core classes on page 1. The other 2 hours are the exploratory classes, or your specials. Sorry, specials. I lost my voice there for a second. The last class we have is called advisory. I know you guys do P2 time, right? We do it during what we call advisory time. Okay? It's a 52-minute period, which is all our class periods are that long. 20 of that minutes are for P2 time plus hearing the announcements. And then they have 32 minutes of lunch. Okay? All 6th graders have lunch together. So you're not going to be in lunch with a 7th grader. Okay? You're not going to be in lunch with a 7th grader. You're assigned rows or tables based on your advisory teacher. We have 11 rows, I believe, in the cafeteria, across the cafeteria. All right? All the 6th graders are together. All right? The biggest difference we don't have is recess time. Sorry. That's not to say we don't go outside at recess or at lunchtime, depending on how the weather is. Okay? You guys probably went outside on Thursday before the snowstorm happened, right? Our kids stayed inside. They were in the cafeteria. Because in middle school, we don't have recess time. Okay? And then after advice, you go to another class, and then you finish up the day at 3:30. Our day ends at 3:30, except early release, which is tomorrow. We end at 2 o'clock. Okay? That's a day in the middle school. Do you guys have assigned lockers? Yes? You guys share lockers? We don't share lockers. All right, so you will be assigned a locker on orientation day in August with your schedule. My suggestion to the teachers is please practice with them combination locks. Because that's the hardest thing I think 6th graders have is doing combination locks. Okay? You have to know the combination. You have to open up your locker, put your backpack, put your coat in there for the day. Question, sir?
Can you literally headbutt your locker and it will?
No, we don't headbutt our lockers. I just tried them. Yes?
I have a question about lunchtime. Do you think the shoes where you sit so you can be right next to the classes?
You can sit next to people that are in your advisory class. So if Mr. Gaffigan was the advisory teacher and he had 22 students in his class, you're going to sit in table 1, 2, and 3 for that advisory class. So you can sit with kids that are in that advisory class period with you. But your friend over here who has Ms. Kubiak for advisory, she can't join your table and sit with you because she has Ms. Kubiak's tables. Question?
I know you guys don't have recess, but you guys ever get break
Like break
time?
time to have go outside or break time to...
Break time, not like outside, because whenever we have
So the only break time built into our day is the time when you travel from one class to the other. So when a bell rings, you guys all get up and you go to your next class, and you have 4 minutes until the next class starts. So that's your time if you need to stop at the restroom, if you want to go to your locker, if you want to meet up with a friend in the hallway. You have 4 minutes before you have to be in your next class, sitting down, ready for it to get started.
So this might be my math class over here. And where the doors are over there, that might be my language arts class. So I have to walk from here to over there to my next class. But I might need to stop at my locker and get my math book or my science book or whatever I have to get. So that's the 4 minutes is that time to use to get the stuff out of your locker so you can get on time to class. If you got to hightail it from your math class all the way to the locker room, you really have to move.
There's a lot of after school stuff though, right? If you want to go to a volleyball game, a volleyball match, or a basketball game, as long as you have good grades, you can go after school and you can hang out with your friends. You can go to the basketball games, you can go to the wrestling meets, you can go to the football games, you can do all those things. Those things are after school.
Question?
No. There is nowhere at Kennedy Middle School where you can have your phone. Phones are not allowed in classrooms, they are not allowed in the cafeteria, they are not allowed in bathrooms, and they are not allowed in the hallway.
I have my phone on me, but you don't see it. Okay? My phone is my coat. Okay? Your phone should be either in your pocket, your locker, your backpack, but it should not be out. Question?
What time do we get out of school?
3:30 on a normal day, early release on early release Wednesdays at 2 o'clock.
When you're in 5th grade, can you do any sports?
Okay, we're going to talk about that right now. Okay? Other questions before we talk about sports? All right, so, yes. Half days are 11:45. So like parent-teacher conferences are coming up next week, Thursday. The kids get out 11:45. So after school things, before school things, okay? We have many things before school that kids can be involved in. Ms. Kubiak does student council. I do National Junior Honor Society. That's before school. We have morning gym, which is on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Kids come in the morning from 7:30 to 8:15. They pay $1, and they participate in intramurals. They play basketball. We have after-school things like sports. In 6th grade, the only sports you can be involved in is cross-country, which is running 1.5 miles, track, which is the springtime, and wrestling. Cheer. Those, you cannot be involved in volleyball, basketball, or football in 6th grade. Okay? So as a 7th grader, you can join those because those involve cuts. Okay? Those involve cuts. All right? There are clubs that you can be involved in as a 6th grader. We have a ski club. We have the best club in the school. I say that because I've done it for many years, the bowling club. Scoobiak and I do that together. Okay? What happens is with bowling club is in the fall, we start right up like the second or third week of the school year. Kids sign up for bowling club, they pay $50 some odd, and they join. We do 7 weeks of bowling. We bowl 2 games after school. All right? It's kind of like a league where you have standings, you keep averages and all that. We used to have a gaming club. We used to have environmental club, eco club. There's a drama club. There is a yoga this year. All right. So there are many things that are after school. There's a running club Mr. Heyer just started. Okay. So there are many things after school. When you come in August, there'll be a listing of all the things that are available and when they happen. Questions?
Do you have any voting clubs? Because I've always wanted to come to.
Okay. There is a robotics class and club. There's a yoga club. Okay? Other questions? So I talked about the locker. Make sure you use that. We talked about after school. Mr. Gaffigan talked about keeping your grades up so you can go to things after school. Okay? Make sure you're on time for class. Otherwise, if too many tardies, get you time after school. Question? There's not a football club, but there's a football team.
Can I join?
You can join as a 7th grader. Now, because those are rules that are governed by the state that says it's 7th and 8th grade. That's like basketball, football, volleyball. Question?
What if your locker's all the way to the other end of the hall, like you had?
All the 6th graders are in the same area. So when you guys come over tomorrow night, I don't know if they told you, there is an open house. Okay? There's an open house, and we will have the building open for you and your parents to come and tour the building. You'll see where all the lockers are. Basically, all the 6th graders are in the same area, same hallway. Okay? So your lockers will be over here. You may have to go to your locker and get all the way down the hall to gym or art. Okay? But your lockers are pretty close. So by where most of your classes are.
You'll have time to practice too.
Yep.
In case like you're worried that you're gonna be late, you can practice.
Other? Okay? Yes?
How long is detention
30 minutes after school. But if you're never late, you don't have to worry about that. Question? We don't use the showers anymore. You pass out the question. You just play with the fingers. You have a question? School starts at 8:35. What time does your school start?
8:10.
8:10. So we're the last school in the district to start. Okay? Right now they're passing out information to you about 6th grade camp. Okay? So the teachers wrote a letter for your parents about 6th grade camp. 6th grade camp will happen in November. Okay? It happens in November. As a 6th grader, we bring the kids from Rodgers, we bring the kids from Masonic Heights, and we bring the kids from Violet together. And now you form one big family, what we call Kenny Middle School. One of the first things we have available to you to attend is 6th grade camp. Did you attend 6th grade camp many years ago?
I did.
Did you attend 6th grade camp? Okay, so Mr. Brosnan can tell you about his experience with sixth grade camp. All right? It was a good experience. All right? Sixth grade camp happens in November. They go November 1st to the 3rd, which is a Wednesday. You go up to the camp store, which is in Jackson, Michigan, or actually it's in Napoleon, Michigan, which is outside of Jackson. You spend Wednesday, Thursday night there. You come back Friday. With sixth grade camp is you get to pick one person if you choose to go that will be your cabin buddy. All right, one person. So you know at least one person that's going to be in the cabin with you. The other 12 people that are there are going to be placed by the teachers. So what they do is they ask you, who do you want to room with? Who do you want to be your cabin buddy? And then they put together a group of 14 people in the same cabin. Girls are with girls, guys are with guys. Mr. Brosnan, were you the cabin leader?
No,
Were you a cabin leader?
I was not.
So a cabin leader is a person from the high school that comes over and is kind of the cabin leader that stays in your cabin with you at nighttime. All right? Question.
It's like a counselor. I go to the summer camp and
They have people that are on staff there, YMCA camp. People are on staff, but the cabin leaders are kind of like the counselor. Question. No phones at camp. Okay? There is a cost factor. I believe it says it is $185. Sorry. $185. Question.
The school year starts the same time as it does every year. We'll start right after Labor Day.
So like in the second month of the year, school year, you guys will go up to the camp. Other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What if you might be going to Kennedy next year, or you don't know where you're going to middle school next year? What should you do?
I would still say you should fill out the form because a lot of times kids, they say they're going to move, and then all of a sudden the house fell through and they weren't able to move. So, do the thing tonight with your parents. Make the decision. Do I want to be band or choir? Pretty simple. And then what I'll do is I'll create a schedule for you. If you move and you don't show up in August, I just push delete. If you show up, great. You now have a schedule. Other questions? Other questions about middle school? Yes.
You do not
You
have to
go
go
to
to
camp.
camp.
Camp is optional. Okay, it's optional. The kids that don't go to camp follow their schedule, and they go to classes back at Kennedy. So we just give you 3 days off from school so that you can kind of bond with some new friends from the other schools. Questions over here? Questions, sir? Can I run to my class? No, I'm joining the track team. Other questions? Is there anything you want to say?
No, I'm just really excited. It's really fun to be back here. I can't wait to have everybody over at Kennedy. You're really going to love it. It sounds really intense. You only have 4 minutes to get to class. You know, all this other stuff, detentions and all. But it's if you are kind to the people around you, if you get to class and you keep your grades up and you ask for help, you will have no problem at all. It is really fun. You have a lot more freedom at the middle school than you do here. So you get to kind of travel right by yourself. You don't have to get walked to class. There's a lot of different clubs that you can join. There's sports. There's a bunch of different things that you can do. There's trips. There's a lot of stuff. So you have a lot more freedom, but you have to earn it as well, right? If you're late to class, there's a consequence. Just like a consequence here, it's no different. And so don't be intimidated by it. Everybody's there to help you. I think lockers are. This was my first year at the middle school since I was a middle schooler. Don't stress out about the lockers. It'll be fine. Everybody in that building is going to help you. I had to relearn how to do a locker combination. It's not that hard. Once you get it, it'll be super fast and super easy. But I'm super excited to have everybody over there.